What is crack-a-lacking, people? Inspirational way. So this is going to be a very different, real kind of video compared to the stuff I normally post. Because as you know, this is the Inspirational Way channel, so I like to post inspirational videos now and again. But this one's going to get real deep and talk about sensitive subjects, so if that's not your kind of video, I understand, but do not watch this. Plus, there's another reason why I'm doing this. Two reasons why I'm doing this, because the podcast we're going to be releasing will be talking about this issue, and I want to do my own video on it. And two, a lot of the videos coming up after this video in the podcast are probably going to be a lot more just challenges, silly based ones like I got Ben Bendon. That's the wrong place, Aaron. Butlin's series that I'm planning to do, Ibiza montage. There's going to be me and Dream doing a sour challenge, which will be uploaded soon as well as some other silly videos. This is a real insight into mental health, the hidden illness, as I call it. Going to be 3 parts to this video. This part's going to be my story, and I'm going to talk about my struggles and why I think it's so important for people to share and talk to someone. And then I've got a song that expresses exactly how I was feeling when I was at my worst stage of depression, mental illness. And then the last stage, kind of what I did to get over it. Not over it, because there's still days where I feel like it. But, and that's why I'm sitting by my medals and my anime stuff, to prove that even people like me, who you'd think are quite strong-willed and wouldn't get affected by mental health issues, because I do mixed martial arts, I do, pardon me, I do a lot of running as well, especially at the moment because I'm training for half marathon, and I do a lot of bodybuilding as well. You would think someone like that wouldn't get affected. But I'm hoping this video will inspire someone, inspire anyone, even if it's just one person, or it will help them out in some way. So let's start with the first bit. Let's actually get into it. So my story. Why I wanted to make this video is to hopefully inspire people. Like I said, if you looked up my wall, which you can see, I've got medals all over the place, of all sorts, and I've even got a CD at the end for how I do my rap music, and I've got behind my platform I did my MMA, my full marathon, old amateur MMA fight, and then 2 runs, 10Ks, and an MMA platform I did my charity one. You wouldn't think someone like me would suffer from mental health. You wouldn't think that it's something that would affect me. And for a very long time, I thought I was strong enough to not get affected. But without going into too much detail, but I will for a little bit of content, there's a lot of things that happened during this time. My work was a very stressful place. I was dealing with a family crisis. Basically watching my family tear themselves apart. I was also dealing with debt and free loans. Also dealing with me and one of my ex-best friends arguing a lot and just not getting on. So all that kind of, with a few other things, I felt like a failure as well, because at the age of 30 I felt like I achieved nothing in life. Like I was I'm 30 years old, I've going through a divorce at the moment. Not at that time, was a divorce at the moment. At that time I wasn't, but I failed my marriage in my eyes, because I blame myself for the marriage going wrong. I also blame myself for not achieving anything in life. As much as I got all these medals and whatnot, it still feels like at the age of 30 I haven't achieved anything. Also feel like I let my stepdad down kind of because of the stuff going on with my family. I feel like I'm the one who has to step up and kind of, I don't know, guide my little brother in the right path. But, you know, so all that stuff combined just got to me, and it got to the point where I was literally isolating myself. I wouldn't go even to MMA training. And this is for months. I'm not talking like this just some brief period. It's something that happened over months. To the point where I isolated myself. I was drinking to the point where I got told by the doctors if I carried on drinking the way I was drinking, because I was drinking stupid amounts of alcohol, which is not something I don't do anyway, because I do drink stupid amounts, but I was drinking way too much at that time. And all that just made me isolate myself and drink real bad. To point, and yes, I did get to those stages where I had those suicidal thoughts. There was nights where I literally sat here. I'll insert a picture in a minute. I'll insert the picture now. And there's moments where I was literally sat in my den at 2, 3 in the morning for hours, 2 or 3 hours, an hour, 2 hours, having to stop myself from doing anything stupid because it felt like I had a devil on my shoulder saying, do it, kill yourself, do it. And I had to literally stop myself. Like, I have a Batarang. If you know Batman, you know he has Batarangs. I have a replica Batarang, and I should say it's sharp enough to do damage if I wanted to. And there's points where I was literally holding that in my hand, having to stop myself doing anything stupid. So mental health can affect anyone. So that's kind of my story and why I'm doing this video, so people can relate to it, because I know people that are going through mental health issues. I know people who have been in worse states than me, the worst like me, or are just still going through it now. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel, which I'll get to on the third part. But for now, I'm gonna this isn't to promote my song or whatever, before anyone says that. But this is my way of how I express myself when I'm going through difficult times. I did it when my nan died, I did it when my stepdad died, I did it when confidence was low, all sorts. So next part you're going to see is me doing my rap, because I feel like this rap explains to it, not explains, but kind of puts into words what people who go through mental illness act the way they act. Because I do feel like when you go through mental health illness, you do act a different way to how you normally would be. So I will see you in the next part. So this is the second part of the video where I'm going to do my rap. Like I said, this is not to promote myself or anything, because this isn't even the final version of this rap, and obviously if I'm going to do it properly I would go to a studio. I just feel like this rap, because I wrote this literally as I was going through those bad times when I was at my worst, it explains how people are and why they act the way they act when they're going through that stage of depression. So yeah, let's go. I am reading off the paper because, like I said, I haven't practice it off by heart, but yeah, hope you can really listen to the song to really understand where people are coming from, because this is months that I was going through this. I'm better now, I'm happier now, but there's still times now where I get it. It's just not as bad, thankfully, but there's still, let's just go. This is the one suffering mental health issues. Please listen, I've been there, still there to this day, but you can get through this. I hope this helps. Mental health is the biggest hidden head fucker. It feels like a disease that can't escape from the pain in the brain, overthinking, overlooking, in life to the point where you feel lost and low in a form of shadow yourself, feeling like you're in debt to the devil, like it owns your soul, constantly fighting to escape the light like Jack and Hyde, putting on the front to everyone. But behind closed doors, it feels like your brain's going to war and it's going to explode. It feels like you're being slowed down, you lost that glow, hit you from nowhere, and before you know, you're still doing all your thoughts and doubts. Everyday life then becomes like a fake story, hiding your feelings, putting on a fake cue, no one knowing how you're really feeling, concealing the fact your brain's gone into overdrive, feels like you're driving to your death with every breath, feeling like it's harder to take, with the lake slowly getting deeper until your neck deep, all you know, and it's faking and acting okay, just get through with hey each day, praying no one finds out how you're really feeling, with you looking at the scene all day and your hope, no fate, thinking I can't do this anymore, like sore film fighting for your life. Depression's like putting a fake wall to the outside wall, kind of like being a joker playing the wall for idiots whilst your voice is being silenced, feeling like there's no high points in life anymore, but at your core all you want to do is scream and shout, let those emotions roar, like a tall order to get over the first hurdle, but it feels like you're going in circles, waiting for the universe to give you a sign for better times, trying to remember the good times. Don't think I'm talking from no experience. I've been there, done the suffering, so I know the pain. I know how hard it is to escape those thoughts, create a positive mind. You can feel like a never-ending hole, like you're in an abyss of bad thoughts and feelings, like you don't belong on this earth, like you don't belong in a pit. Sits deep under, so you can't bother anyone anymore. But I plead with you, distract your mind, stay alive. Focus your energy on something you're gonna feel like nothing, like a piece of shit, like on someone's foot, like you're no good, but you got understood. You withstood the demons. It's time to take flight. Having that support system is the best way. You may not think so, or you think you're done for, but trying out to be cared for. It's like saying goodnight. You've got to fight for your life. You mean something to someone. You're not alone. You may be an asshole at times. You may collide with those who care, but they will be there for you. Only hug ways, don't shy away to the dark side. You might be allied to loved ones, but you can stay strong, and the light will appear eventually. Speaking of that light, you might think in a long distance away, feel like you're decaying away, or need to pray to God like you're locked in a cage fading away, but you stay your way to the good day. Maybe not today, but there'll always be a light shining you, never far away. It may start small, but eventually you get the glow back. It may be slow and steady, but stay awake, your time will come, and one day it will get easier and you'll be back to yourself. I see, not perfect, but I think that song portrays the whole mental health and how you kind of push people away and you don't mean to, and you don't want to bother with people and you isolate yourself. So I hope that rap helped. And we're going to go on to the third part now. Which, that third part is, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. As much as it will seem hard on that, it's not being, trust me. I've been there, as my song said. It does seem like that light will never appear or will never come back. But just speak to anyone, someone who will listen, preferably one of your friends, or even if it's one of the helplines, Strange has Help Samaritans, one of the helplines. Do it. Just speak to someone. It will help you to unfold those problems, and don't isolate yourself. I know it's easier said than done, I know, but I'm just saying, trying to inspire people to say, look, there is a light at the end of this. It's a hard time to go through, especially when we live in a generation where, you know, men's mental health doesn't matter as much compared to women's. It's the truth. Don't like it, tough. But speak to anyone, someone. I admittedly didn't speak to my best mate until when did I speak to him? Until about October, November, when we went to Butlins and I was pissed out my head. But that's when I personally feel the most comfortable to talk to someone, and probably only him or one other friend. Personally, that's when I feel the most comfortable to talk to people, was when I'm pretty drunk out my head, because that's when my true feelings come out. And we were sat there for a good 2-3 hours, and he just listened to everything I said, and it helped me so much, as well as talking to Help Samaritans line, and having that time off work to just recharge, and things in general got better. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel, so I hope you've enjoyed this kind of different video compared to some very normal stuff on this channel. But I hope this inspires someone, hopes it gives some people some light and help. Even if it's just one person, I'll be very happy with that. That's the whole reason I've done this video, to just kind of inspire and hopefully help someone who's going through this situation like this. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, which will be either the podcast or the Sarah challenge that I'm doing with G-Man. Mr. Pin's Black Death challenge. If you know, you know. If you don't, just watch after the video, because it should be quite a funny video. I'll see you later. Remember, talk to people.